Listen. That low frequency you just heard is the electromagnetic signature of a dying star. Recorded by NASA instruments pointed at the edge of our galaxy, it is still out there. We live our entire lives orbiting a star so bright and so close that we made it the center of everything. We call it a giant. We were wrong. The universe is dark, and in that darkness, our sun, 1,000,000 times larger than Earth, is nothing but a flickering ember lost in the void, not even close to the top. Deep inside the Scutum Centaurus arm of the Milky Way, approximately 19,000 light-years away, something waits in the interstellar dust that dwarfs every scale we have ever imagined. A dying god of fire. Stephenson 2-18, the largest star in the universe. Numbers lose their meaning here. Calling it massive is an insult to its geometry. The only way to comprehend this Leviathan is to drag it into the world we know. So let's do exactly that. Imagine erasing our sun, that roaring sphere of fire 1,000,000 times larger than our home, and replacing it in a single instant with this red hypergiant. No warning, no slow-burning apocalypse, just erasure. The moment it appears, its surface swallows Mercury. Venus, a world of crushing pressure and clouds of sulfuric acid that would dissolve metal, is atomized in a fraction of a millisecond, leaving no trace. Then Earth. Every empire, every human, gone. We are not burned. There is no fire, no impact, no moment of recognition. We are simply silenced. A microscopic whisper swallowed whole inside the belly of a star that does not notice us. The Titan keeps expanding. The wall of dark red plasma surges outward, consuming Mars without a trace, vaporizing the entire asteroid belt into absolute nothingness. Still not done. Hundreds of millions of kilometers away in the freezing void sits Jupiter, a gas giant so massive it holds 1,000 Earths inside its violent storms. Against this hypergiant, entirely powerless, it is swept beneath the rolling, boiling surface and completely incinerated, the king of our planets, gone in silence. The ocean of fire breaches Saturn's orbit. If you were standing on the ice of one of Saturn's moons, looking toward the inner solar system, the black sky would be gone. The stars erased. The entire universe above you replaced by a curving, endless wall of crimson plasma, millions of degrees hot, looming over your world like a god that has already forgotten you exist. 10 billion of our suns, inside its volume. Even watching it swallow every planet in our solar system is not enough to capture the real terror, because its size isn't the story. The story is what it does to light. Light is the absolute limit of reality, a phantom at 299,792 kilometers per second, so fast it wraps around the Earth 7 times in a single heartbeat. That is the fastest thing that exists. No exceptions. Fire a beam of light across the equator of our sun. It completes the full journey around that roaring sphere of fire in just over 14 seconds. Stephenson 2-18 breaks this law. It takes the fastest entity in the known universe, the absolute ceiling of what physics allows, and turns it into a crawling prisoner. A prisoner. Fire that same beam of light along the equator of this red hypergiant, and it does not finish in seconds, it does not take a minute, it does not take an hour. 9 hours. That beam of light, traveling at the maximum speed the universe allows, crawls along the surface for nearly 9 agonizing hours just to circle this star one time. A geometry of madness. If you were flying a commercial passenger jet across its surface at cruising speed, the journey would take 500 years of non-stop flight just to return to where you started. On a single star, this is not a star. This is the place where the laws of physics, the laws governing every atom that has ever existed, begin to break. The place where light loses. It is a cosmic tragedy. A star so massive that its outer layers have drifted so impossibly far from its core that the gravity holding them together has become dangerously, catastrophically weak. It is bleeding. Every second, the hypergiant sheds millions of tons of its own body into the freezing dark, suffocating in a toxic nebula of its own dying matter. A shroud of red dust and radioactive winds stretching billions of kilometers into the void. It is starving. It knows it. Its surface is not smooth. It is a violently shifting ocean of instability where heat forces its way up from the core, creating colossal convection cells that burst violently into space. Bubbles of boiling fire. Just one of these surface bubbles is larger than our entire solar system. Every planet, every moon, every object humanity has ever studied inside a single bubble. Endless, deafening destruction. A fire this violent cannot burn forever. Stephenson 218 is living on borrowed time. Because it is so massive, its core must consume nuclear fuel at a suicidal rate just to keep the crushing weight of its outer layers from collapsing inward. It is starving. Soon, in the cosmic blink of an eye, the fuel in its heart will finally run dry. And everything stops. Gravity. The quiet, undefeated architect of the universe, the force that built every star and every galaxy, will finally claim its prize. Without fusion to support it, the stellar mass of this titan collapses inward, the outer shell falling toward the dead core at a terrifying fraction of the speed of light. In a fraction of a second, the universe will flinch. The resulting shockwave triggers a hypernova, an explosion of such absolute violence that for a brief moment it will outshine the entire galaxy. Every star dimmed. A lethal, invisible spear of gamma radiation screams across the cosmos, capable of sterilizing any worlds caught in its path, ripping atmospheres off planets light years away. Silent, invisible, total. The Titan will be torn apart, its body scattered into the dark as an expanding cloud of radioactive ghost light. And in the exact center, where the largest star in the universe once stood, there will be a tear in reality. A point of infinite density. A black hole, born from the ashes of a fallen god, impossibly massive, a monument to the moment gravity finally won. We are 19,000 light-years away. We are safe. The death of this god will not reach us. But knowing it exists, knowing that right now something that makes light crawl is hanging in the dark above our galaxy, changes what the night sky is. Not a roof, a wilderness, a graveyard of giants. Out there in the freezing depths, there are dying stars holding on to their final breath, scales that shatter the human mind, forces that reduce every empire to a whisper. We are dust, waiting for the giants to fall,